106 R&B and throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader.
Welcome and thank you for joining us here at the Rodney Appleby Experience, where together we can explore the mysteries of music. Without your presence, this will be impossible. I appreciate you tuning in to be part of the program.
Welcome to the Rodney Appleby Experience, broadcasting live every Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. with the one, the only Rodney Appleby. And now, Mr. Rodney Appleby.
Welcome to the Rodney Appleby Experience, and I hope you tune in, and I hope you call in and join us for our conversation today. I'd like to wish everybody a happy Tuesday, and for me, it's a very special show tonight because I have a very special guest, and because an hour for me is not going to be long enough. What I would like to do tonight is introduce our guest right away, so that I can let my excitement have some place to go. Tonight, for my guest, I have my very own youngest daughter, Miss Zuri Elise Appleby. Hey, Zuri.
Hey, Dad. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me on the show today. Hey, 106.
Well, I know it was a little tricky getting you on because of the scheduling and everything. So
I'm happy to join you.
Yeah, so I'm happy we have this opportunity. So, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm, enjoying this late summer that California is having. I'm sure it's kind of hitting all over. It's been hot here, so just enjoying the weather and enjoying time being off tour while I can.
That's excellent. So, that's one of the things I wanted to kind of start off with. Kind of talk a little bit about some of the highlights of your year.
Well, the year's not over, so hopefully we'll have some of the highlights. But so far, it's been a full year of touring with Lizzo. We've been touring since last August through till basically this August. So this year we got to do more of the European side of the world. And so we got to travel to the UK. We got to travel to Australia. We got to travel even to Japan. So some places I had never been before was Tokyo. So that was definitely a highlight for me. Playing the crowd there was just such a unique crowd. Like they were dead silent, waiting for you to perform until it was time to go. And then once you give them the okay, like, no, you could clap, they like go crazy. And, they're just so they're just so into the music. And, so yeah, Fuji Rock Festival was amazing, and Glastonbury was a huge, iconic festival to play at, and just such a huge sea of people to look out into and see, because the sun was still up. It was around sunset time, so you could really see how many people were out there, and so that was amazing. And just stick with those two experiences. I'm not talking so much.
I know I would receive, from time to time, I would receive certain photos and little video clips and things from places you were at. And it seemed like you guys were having a pretty good time. I was quite happy for you.
I appreciate it.
So, that's a lot going on, touring the world, being in so many places and such. I know it seems like, a long time, but that's a short period of time to be in that many places. How do you find like a balance or find a relaxation point in such a fast-paced situation?
You really take it like where you see the opening, you take the experience to. For me, I like to, take my walks. Like right when I get to wherever I'm going, like usually I'll just walk right when we get there just to kind of get a feel for where I'm at, depending on the time of day, of course. And then if not at that time in the morning. And sometimes I'll do it with friends. And, I also just find make a connection with each person. So every place kind of feels like a safe space, but also, find your safest spaces so that where you can let loose and who you can vent to if you need to. And, also having a really strong, like supportive team at home helps. Sometimes it's not found on the road. Sometimes somebody's just a text away and I can just get some peace. So yeah, so find it as it comes.
I hear you. I hear you. So, now we're talking about tours and everything. And I know that life is not all about tours. There's other things that go on when you're not on tour. So what's some of the things that you find yourself busy with when you're not touring?
So when I'm not touring, well, as of late, actually, I would say as of late, but it's really been over the past course of the last 4 years since the pandemic, really, been just working on finding ways to get my own music out there. I'm just finding an outlet for my personal creativity. I've never been one to really want to have my own songs out there per se, but I always want to be a part of some type of collaborative effort where we can come together. So I've been working with an original group called Lady over the past 4 years, which is taking up most of my focus outside of just personal creative endeavors that are just to do, not necessarily to be seen or heard for me, but this one is definitely to be seen and heard and to be heard far and wide. So that's been a focal point.
Nice. So I understand that you guys have a release, that you guys dropped something.
Yeah, so we had a single that came out actually while we were on the road. Me and the drummer both were a part of the Lizzo project. So, and she's a part of Lady as well. So both of us were on the tour when that came out about, I would say 2.5 months ago at this point. So the single has been getting a lot of great response so far. It's been awesome. Yeah, it just came out. We're really excited to have the first single finally out after, working over the past 4 years.
So, I did do a little bit of research, just so you know, and I managed to locate you guys' site and saw some really nice video work that you guys did. So we're going to share some of that with the audience, not quite yet, because I want you to tell us a little bit about, you have your own project now. You say you're working with Lady. I know that you've been touring with, early on, you were touring with Nick Jonas and quite a few other people, Brent Fayez and other folks, and Lizzo as of late. So outside of touring, club dates, recording, is there any television stuff, studio stuff that you're doing right now?
Recently, Lady just got done in New York and Atlanta. So we had a little traveling work there, but the studio stuff that we got to do was with Sirius in New York, which was awesome. We just did a interview as well as live in studio performance, which aired last weekend. So yeah.
Sweet. I think I saw a little of video footage of something called Shot in the Dark. Was that something you were involved in?
It sounds familiar.
I know you're so busy. I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was called Shot in the Dark.
Oh, you're talking about with Snoop, with the big Snoop D-O-double-G.
So that was
with October London.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
As well as an artist named Miss Jane Hancock, who are both amazing artists. You may have heard of either of them. I know October London is starting to get a really big buzz, especially in Atlanta. So he's the artist that I was playing bass for, as well as Jane Hancock with the artist. It was kind of an artist showcase type of situation, and it was under an affiliation of a project that I work with called 1500 or Nothing. So shout out to 1500 Nothing. Thank you for having me a part of the project. Where Snoop Dogg basically seeks out some of his favorite artists and basically has like a little House of Blues type situation, but much more intimate, that he curates of his own personal handpicked people.
Nice. It reminds me kind of back in the day when I was coming up, when we used to have these big jam sessions. and people of all skill levels would show up. And quite a few times, people would actually find themselves being hired on tours or booked into recording sessions just from being at a jam session. So it sounds a little bit like that.
Well, this was definitely not a jam session per se. It's like just the band is the band, and the performers like prepare beforehand for these songs, etc. But that is actually how I got the connection to do the Lizzo gig, was actually at a jam session, an event called The Study that Monday night at The Study. It's kind of an event that they used to do before the pandemic. Now it since has changed, the juice joint. But yeah, I did a jam session, met somebody that was like, hey, give me your info. Long story short, they were the music director for a bunch of different projects.
I'm telling you, those jam sessions are magic for musicians.
They truly are.
So back to the project that you're doing with Lady. We have a little piece of video footage of the drop that you guys have. Would you like to give us a little description of what we're going to see?
Okay, so Lady is comprised of all Black women. Yes, we're mixed, but there are some mixed, but if you got a drop of Black in us, then they consider us Black. So it's a band of Black women, and we have all instrumentalists, band vocalists as well. We have a lead singer, the keyboard player sings as well. I sing as well, and has drums and guitar. Original music produced by Harmony Samuels. He is our producer that kind of had the vision and the idea of putting together like an all-woman mint condition type of situation. He said, kind of there's been a void in the music of there being like women being represented in as musicians and being a full band, and as being like just showing the spectrum of musicality and creative skills that women really do have, and so many are doing behind the scenes, writing songs and producing music and on people's records. And so that was kind of the idea behind us coming together. And just as the lady states, we are all people that have been doing what we've done in our musical careers, like professionally, respectively, for like 10 years each. So everybody's like basically a professional musician that's been doing what they've been doing all in their own accord for the past several years. And now we've come together to, let us be the artist this time. So this music is just for basically also 90s and 2000s is when I grew up. So that type of style of R&B is a heavy influence to how we want to bring back just the quality R&B, real instruments and, just real feel-good music. So
sweet. Well, I happen to know that your musical career spans back quite a few years. And when I say quite a few, I'm talking about back during a time when the instruments may have been a bit larger than you were. So I know you've been at this for a while. This is not something new to you. I got to tell you, though, as your dad, I'm quite proud of the step you've taken, the decisions you've made, and the strides you've managed to make for yourself. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
The music business is not an easy business to be in.
No.
And basically, how might you guys say, are you killing it? Is that is that how that goes?
I mean, we do our best. It's definitely an interesting thing to navigate, but I don't know about killing it. Beyonce's killing it. Okay, we're working our way up.
I get you. There's levels. Levels. So how about, is this a good time? No, how about we'll come back from our break. We're going to take a short break in a little bit. So why don't you talk a little bit about some of your earlier musical experiences? Because I have one thing that I always remember, and I tell people it's a moment when I watched you actually open up and kind of take that next step, as it were. It was a jam session, basically. Again, here we go with the jam session. It was a jam session at the Colored Musicians Club in Buffalo, New York, the oldest musicians union in the country that's been in continuous operation. And it was a Sunday jam, and you had been playing, playing around, playing at pretty high level, but not quite in that loose type situation. You'd played with the high school band, you played with well-rehearsed bands, you've even played with church choirs. And now here's a situation where you were going to be just basically jamming, kind of making your own musical choices. And you guys were playing Sugar. And they turned to you after you played the head down. You were sounding great, playing all the right notes, right choices, swinging real sweet and everything. And then they turned to you to solo. And I remember you kind of looking towards me like, oh boy. And I just kind of gave you the nod like, yeah, go ahead. You dropped your head and you just kind of started in. And the more you kind of played, I could hear it sounding and feeling good to you. And throughout the course of that solo, I watched you actually gain the confidence to know you could actually do that. Not just play and be rehearsed and be ready, but you were a player. You were ready to go. And that was about what, 14 years old?
That's hilarious. I'm glad that you have those memories, because I always, you remember it really being is. I remember being nervous and just being like, let me just go. Because it's one thing, I won't freeze. I will try.
Yes.
I will try. I will give what I can give. I might flutter through and just run my way through, but I'll do something, and maybe along the fluttering, hopefully I'm gonna stumble across a couple of choice moments.
Well, I tell you this little secret. I'm probably twice your age, and I haven't yet figured out how not to be nervous. I still get those butterflies when it's time to make it happen. So I don't think that ever goes away.
That's hilarious.
So listen, how about we take a little short pause? I know it's a little bit early, but I really want to get a chance to see some of the work you guys have been doing and talk a little more about what the experience was like getting all that done. So we'll take a short break. We'll come back. We'd like to encourage everyone to call in at 404-464-8785 and join us in the conversation. If you're part of the group, if you've played with Zuri or had some experience similar to what you're hearing, call in and let us know how you made it through. We'll look forward to hearing from you, and we'll be right back. We'll be back.
106liveradio.com. Call us now. 404-464-8785.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Autism, a complex developmental and progress, has not one but many subtypes. Reach out to a to see how participate. One way to bring awareness to this issue is to educate the new generation in fostering acceptance and kindness towards the autistic community. Ella Auti, a story of a fourth grader battling society with autism, is a great way to educate your kids and start important conversations. In light of the pandemic, the autism community continues to face the worst of challenges. Make it a goal to donate as much as you can to your local Autism Society of America to further their efforts and encourage their unrelenting support for their community. For more information, please visit nationaltoday.com.
Are you satisfied with the quality of your marriage? Do you desire to soar on a higher dimension with your mate? If so, why not start today? Treat every day as a Valentine's Day in your relationship. Weekly, on the Epic Marriage Celebration, we endeavor to assist you as you pursue a fulfilling marriage. As pioneers, Jason and Tanasha Gray, along with other couples, have discovered some key elements to thriving in their marriage. Togetherness is one of the foundational ingredients that leads to a healthy, intimate connection. Togetherness is not just being in the same place at the same time. Real quality time is often nurturing to the soul. It includes focused attention on each other and quality. Join Jason and Tanasha every Wednesday at 10 to 2 p.m. on 106inspiration.com, powered by 106liveradio.com.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. We are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows and music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
We are broadcasting live from our Atlanta studio. 106liveradio.com.
Download the 106 Live Radio app from your Google Play Store. Or find us on the TuneIn app. This is 106 R&B and Throwbacks. Find us on all app stores and like us on Facebook. 106liveradio.com.
Welcome to the Rodney Appleby Experience, where we see life through the flavors and sounds of music. Make it your purpose to tune in and join us as we set out to explore the mysteries and magic of music. From the mind of Rodney Appleby, demonstrations, concepts with rhythms and grooves that will soothe your soul. While you're here, call in and be a part of our Let's Talk About It segment as we sit and talk with professionals and beginners alike. And now, here's your host, Mr. Rodney Appleby.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. So, tonight's guest, Miss Zuri Elise Appleby, my youngest daughter, whom I am quite proud of. And we're having a little conversation about some of her experiences in the music business and some of the things she's doing, some of the things she's done, and some of the things that she hopes to do. So, Zuri, we have a video of you guys first drop. So,
Okay.
You tell us what the name of it is, and we can get it going.
So this is our first single by a lady called Love Me Down. Let's check it out.
All right, let's roll.
Oh, this is different. This is Janelle.
Oh,
this is a
that's
different video.
Yeah,
I have to explain. I'll explain that.
Hands on the wheel, hands on my thigh, hands on my body in the back of the
Tell us who
Porsche.
this is.
I'm in love with your fingertips.
This here is Ray Monet.
Girl, it's
I can tell you after.
long. And when you rock them short nails, that's low key sentimental. Like keep them cut on so there ain't no incidentals. And I love the tattoos, I still gotta learn them all. Tell me when you're gonna make them the ready on my wallet. slow jams are repeat, so I think I'm in love. Don't you hear the sounds that I make as we escalate? Cover up my face if I'm saying too much. You see how we connect, baby, this ain't coincidental. We in your Porsche, but you could've got it in a rental. You're so good with your hands like a player with the ball. Next time you use your touchscreen, you know who you should call, baby. Feel me. Show me.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
So clearly that wasn't Lady. So tell us who that was, and tell us a little bit about that gig and that whole shooting.
So that kind of ties in though to what I was saying about Lady and how there are so many women that are behind the scenes that are doing so much. This is Victoria Monet. She is one of those women that has done so much behind the scenes in terms of being a songwriter from Beyonce to Taylor Swift. She writes songs that everybody knows, but you would never know her until she finally decided to come out and, decide to invest in her own artistry. So did that during the pandemic. It was one of those unique gigs during the pandemic where we all came together and still were able to make some music together. That was about a full day. We recorded 3 songs in total. That one was at the end of the day, so we actually only shot that once. So we just did that one take, and that was it. Thankfully, it came out good because sometimes all you have is one shot. Because we took so much time doing the other videos, which was a live version of her Jaguar album featuring those 3 songs. So that also had Drin on keys. She's an amazing keyboardist and keys player, so it was great to work with her, as well as a full women horn section and full women background vocalists. They were trying to get a full band of all women, but this is what we had. So
all right, well, sounded very nice. I like the changes in it. And you know me, I'm big on chords and changes and melodies and things. So that was
shout out to Matthew Burnett for the musical arrangement. That was Toronto Cat, who which is the reason I actually got the gig. Connection through Goddaddy Dave, who I met, amazing bass player named Saya Gray, a phenomenal bass player in Toronto. And through her, she put my name out there to several other opportunities where I got to work with Willow Smith, and as well as this awesome artist here, as well as working with Matthew Burnett, who is the MD for this project, as well as a couple other projects I've done. But he did all the arranging. He's a keys player, so it's awesome. Yeah. And he did the key bass, so I tried to mimic the key bass a little bit.
Oh, I could tell that you had done something to the bass because it had that warm, almost Moog sound.
Yes, I have a filter, a pedal called the by her Electro Harmonics, called Micro Bass Synth, and basically gives you basically a lot of analog settings that you can synthesize your sounds with and try to create key-based tones and different synthesizer tones, but specifically for bass. So that's what I use, as well as placement.
Yes, yes, massaging those strings as we've discussed. So, tell me, okay, before we move on to the lady video, I'd like for you to maybe share some of the artists that you've had an opportunity to work with. You've mentioned Lizzo. I know that
Yes.
Nick Jonas was on the list.
Nick Jonas is on the list. It's like I've also worked with CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green, worked with Willow and Jaden Smith, worked with Party Next Door, worked with Adam Lambert. It was awesome. Worked with Victoria Monet, Brent Fayez, Yuna, worked with an artist named Celeste. We did the pre-Grammys together, so that was a big deal to work with her. I worked with another amazing artist named Cynthia Arubo, who is known for doing Broadway musicals, who crossed over into a different side of music, and is just an amazing artist. So it's always hard to answer that question because it's hard to think of anything, because sometimes some experiences were just a one-off and some experiences were several tours worth of music. So
yes,
but those are some of the more like ones that come to mind first.
Gotcha. Well, I understand, because when you're trying to network with as many people as possible, it's very difficult to just remember everyone as if you know them personally, even though you do remember the experience on some level. So where are you right now? Where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles.
You're in Los Angeles, and that's where you're living right now?
I'm currently based here in LA, yes.
Gotcha. Was there a logic or a reasoning behind choosing LA?
Well, LA was a place that I had never really spent any dramatic amount of time in. So it was a totally new experience. I knew that it was a major hub for just music industry work and getting connections, and that just things of a certain tier of professionalism and opportunities were available out here. So I wanted to come out here to take advantage of what was available. I didn't necessarily want to go to New York because I didn't really have the the like connections in New York. Not that I necessarily had too many in LA, but I just know that I felt like it was a bit more cutthroat. I don't know why I assume this, but I feel like it was more cutthroat in New York. Like, it's on top of the cold weather and on top of the travel. It just seemed like, trying to navigate, it just seemed like it would have been, I just felt like maybe my chances, I had better luck. So, just thinking of all the different opportunities and getting away from the cold, and the people that I did know that had some success living in LA out of the music field and out of some of my peer group, as well as some people that came before me that, made it work, and I saw that it could work and how it was working out for them. So gave it a try. I really didn't plan on staying. So it wasn't like I knew I was moving out here. I just really thought I was staying for the summer. And then, as it were, things kind of unfolded in such a way that it made sense for me to stay.
Say, make it make sense, huh?
Yeah.
So, all right. So we've seen some of the work that you do when you're not on tour and when you're not producing some of your own projects. So now let's take a look at maybe the lady video. So if I, wow.
Thanks.
Good job. Very good video work. Musicianship is incredible. You guys play well together.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how this video came to be, the song, and how the project all kind of unfolded.
So this song, well, I'll start with the song. The song was also written during the pandemic, because every person is basically from somewhere else. A few of us live here in LA, but not everybody. So we all kind of booked a week to just have a writing session for a full week where we would just get together and write. And he called in a couple songwriters to help us with just getting the process flowing. But more or less, we came in, they mimicked some like melody ideas here and there, and we came up with the concept. The producer came in with the song skeleton, but without the bass and without the guitar, without the drums. He just kind of like had the skeleton of the song. So asked us what we heard. We played what we heard. We came up with the concept we wanted to write about. We just wanted something that would grab people's attention, being like, you know, a new artist. So we wanted something that would snatch people's attention. We wanted something that was relatable to women of our age group. And we wanted something that also gave you that 90s feel. So, you know, like that big like key bass sound, but still that big snare and, you know, just all the body rolls, and you just want to just, you know, get into having a good time. So that was, you know, just slow it back down. So that was the idea behind the song. And so the video, actually, that was another kind of rush job, not gonna lie. So it came together. We recorded that all in one day. Every scene was in one day, and we didn't really get to like too much of like checking back to see, you know, we kind of just, it was like, let's go get these outfits on and let's just like try to give it a go. So that was the first video. And, you know, we just kind of, you know, we just wanted to see how we were going to come out with the first video. We're like, look, we can make this work. Like, let's just find how to put it together. We put it together, and this was our final product. So, you know, each video will hopefully be better, but this was the first one. We're happy with it. You know, it was a cool concept, just something to help to introduce each member of the band, basically, just so that you could see each individual, you know, and then see us together. That was really the focal point, you know.
Nice. Well, it certainly captured that. And you guys are you're styling in quite a heck of a way. So,
thanks.
Oh yeah. And so, you know, for me, knowing you as a musician, well, first of all, knowing you as my daughter, and being able to see you as a musician doing your own thing, and actually making moves, and what I will say, having a fair amount of success pushing things forward, it actually is kind of heartwarming, and it's also, as dad, it's kind of got me with that one eyebrow up, where I'm kind of looking at things and kind of like, what's going on here? So I'm feeling both the pride and the I hope everything's going okay here, because, you know, I'll show up and won't always be showing up to make music. I'll be showing up to maybe stop the groove for a second. So how about this? How about we talk a little bit about what's coming up in the future?
Well, Lady is definitely the focal point, like I said, for the future. So now that we've come off the tour, we have one more member that's still on tour with SZA right now. So when she finishes that up, we'll be able to come together a lot more often, frequently, I should say. But we're going to just focus on finishing our EP. We are a couple songs shy of the number that we'd like to aim for to put out the EP. So we'd like to put that out in the middle of the maybe top of the year, but we definitely are also planning our next drop of our single, so we need to prepare for our video. This one we're gonna actually, you know, try to give ourselves a little bit more prep time to have the concept developed the way that we'd like, and to have the outcome of the visuals be the way we like. So working on that is going to be the next steps for me musically.
So can you tell us a little bit about the process of putting together the songs, then putting together the videos for presentation, and going from there to finally being out on tour? What's that process like?
Well, we're learning. We're learning what the process is. I mean, because we've never been on this side of the experience.
Gotcha.
I've never been on this side of seeing it in the developmental stages. I'm called once people are ready to go. They're like, we got it. We got everything set. The table set, come take a seat. Like, that's when people normally call me. But this time it's like, we're like, well, we got the groceries, we got the silverware, we got everything, but like, we need some help assembling it. So it's like,
got to put it together.
Learning the process is different. But I can say for us, the process has been music first, because we really are focused on being perceived and viewed and received as a band of musicians, not a group of women. We want to be considered a band of musicians that have been doing this and that. So with that being said, the first step was getting the music done for us, like ladies focal point, like within the band members, like, the outside team, obviously they're like, okay, we get that you guys want to write these songs, but while you're writing these songs, we got to show them something. So, blending between us doing what we want to do in terms of just getting in the studio, writing the songs, finding time for each individual, go in and clean their parts as needed. And, like I said, we all need to come together to write as a group, and at least lay down our initial parts as a group. And then if people need to clean up parts, they could do that later. But so that's been that. And then as far as getting the videos, that part was more like, that was handled more by that we're working with, that our producer, basically, he has his label. We're not signing a label, but he has his own label. So he kind of he was like, here, this is the concept for the video. What do you guys think? And we were like, cool, basically. That one was less like involved. But this next song, we really plan to, like, we've already been putting together things, because it's a much more personal, like, this song we wrote the lyrics, so it's personable, but it wasn't like about matters of the heart as intensely as this next one. So we just want to have more of a say in, like, how the visual comes together with the song. So that process, it's like a ton of group threads, it's a ton of group messages from, like, the women within the group, and then, like, us with management, and then us with, like, the producer, and then us with, like, the distribution label, and then us with, there's, like, several groups that are, we're constantly brainstorming and going back and forth with different concepts, different dates, different opportunities, and then also, considering who we'd like to be seen working with, seeing whose connections make sense to work with. So, like, getting from studio to stage, that process has been, like, brainstorming who we'd like to work with, which connections, which makes sense, and finding, just basically which group would make sense and who's going to be on tour when, so that we can stack it up at the right time, or if it could just be showcases where it might not be the full length of a tour, maybe we'll just do a part of somebody's tour here, part of somebody else's tour here, to spread the word, just figuring out those details, So that's kind of some of what the process looks like. It's kind of boring.
Well, actually, that's the work. That is the work. Yeah. So listen, we're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we may have one more video to show. So this has been a wonderful conversation with you, and there seems to be an awful lot going on. So, and maybe we'll talk about some of the plans you and I were talking about. I won't say too much. Let's just take a short break, and we'll be back. So you guys feel free to call in at 404-464-8785, the Rodney Appleby Experience. We'll see you right back.
106liveradio.com. Call us now. 404-464-8785.
Greetings. This is Rodney Appleby, host of the Rodney Appleby Experience. To bring you quality programming, interesting guests, and entertaining performances, your support is very important. Donations, large and small, are always welcome. Sponsors are an important part of our ability to provide you the kind of experience you deserve. Please go to 106liveradio.com/Rodney. There, you'll find a link to support the Rodney Appleby Experience. While tuned in on YouTube, please hit the like button and subscribe for alerts and updates. And you can download the 106 Live Radio app to receive notices of upcoming podcasts. And once again, thank you for your support.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta, while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
106 Live Radio is broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States to a global audience. Our radio station has a prominent international presence, which has grown to over 185 countries and is still growing. We stand behind our experienced on-air personalities and DJs to deliver clean and up-to-date content, which will leave a positive impact on all communities that we serve.
Don E. Miller, licensed professional counselor. He has the formula for wholeness: encourage, empower, educate, enrich. It's called the E effect, and it will change your life. The E effect will empower the individual who may be mentally impaired to get involved in programs to help them live a productive life. These programs, which also enrich those in need by providing education and information, which promotes a high quality of life. For more information, call Don E. Miller at 678-741-5337 or visit the website at www.theeffect.net.
Calling all authors. Do you want to promote your book? Get heard, get seen, make more money. Douglasville Books and 106 Live Radio is now offering promotional packages to create a better audience just for you. 770-949-4363. Douglasville Books, the people's choice.
Ow! Did you know over 2,000 eye injuries occur on the job site every day, and about 1 in 10 of them require missed work days to recover? Of the total amount of work-related eye injuries, 10 to 20% will cause temporary or permanent vision loss in affected employees. And while many people think that eye injuries primarily occur in manufacturing, construction, or trade jobs, nearly 40% of work-related eye injuries occur in offices, healthcare facilities, laboratories, and similar environments. Flying objects, tools, particles, chemicals, and harmful radiation are the causes of most eye injuries, and in many cases, implementing safe work practices and utilizing appropriate personal protective equipment could prevent them entirely. We here at GTG Traffic Signals believes something as simple as putting on a pair of safety glasses can prevent serious eye injuries. These injuries are painful, cause many lost workdays, and sometimes lead to permanent vision loss. This message is sponsored by GTG Traffic Signals, located in Marietta, Georgia, reminding you today and year-round, remember to wear your safety glasses.
The Male Perspective is partially or in part sponsored by Contact Electrical Services, LLC, servicing all your residential and commercial electrical needs throughout the metro Atlanta area. And remember that without Contact, you don't have power. Give us a call at 678-698-1101. Reach out to Contact Electrical Services today.
Are you ready to elevate your connections and improve your networking skills? Here, you can take your career, brand, and organization to the next dimension. Networking with Valerie is your passport for personal and professional growth. Tune in every second and fourth Saturday from 11 to 12 p.m. for our networking events. This is the place to build and maintain relationships. On 106 R&B and Throwbacks, powered by 106liveradio.com.
Is that a faucet running? That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to tell everyone else
Ladies and gentlemen,
about 106liveradio.com.
So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Rodney Appleby Experience. Zuri and I have been having a great conversation. She's been sharing some of her adventures and exploits over the past years. And just so you remember, Zuri, my arc of knowing you is, it starts back, and again, I'm going to ask if you do remember this issue with finger 4 that we had to resolve.
Oh, I remember that. I still have to stare at it to keep it in place.
They have to give it a little horse eye from
Extra
time to
attention,
time.
yeah. Extra focus. Sure.
You know, when I get ready to start a set, right? I always start with a little bit of an instrumental, let's say. And I tell the people, I have to do this because I have to see if these fingers are going to behave tonight. They're like bad kids. They might do what you say, but maybe not.
They might not. They might
just have
not.
to check from time to time.
You can't be sure.
So Zuri, what are you looking for coming up into the new year with Lady? You planning on touring? I know you already said you're going to be doing some recording and doing more songwriting. Are you hoping to be on stage again this year with Lady, doing some of the tours?
Absolutely. I mean, that's definitely the plan, is to drop another single. Well, not yet. Have another single come out, drop the EP, prefacing us getting out there on the road. I won't say who is in the basket for us to go on tour with, but it would be some awesome Black women in music, talented women that it would just be great to share in expanding that type of performance experience for others and for ourselves. So we definitely plan on touring, but I can't give you any dates yet because we don't have them, but it is in the works.
I love the networking energy that I'm sensing as you're describing how things are being put together. I'm loving the networking energy.
Yeah, well, we want to work together, and I think that we also want to show that women can work together. Black women can get along and work together to create something. So that's something that is another major reason why we became a group, and it's literally how we function. So, coming together as a collaborative.
Well, while we were on break, I shot another video over to the studio so that we could have one more video to close out the show. And I remember you guys did a cover tune. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So this was basically our first introduction to the world as Lady, was through this cover song. We wanted to show like, again, a song that we all know and love, being 90s babies, 80s babies, 90s kids. We wanted to show a song that show the musicality and just of musicality of R&B, not like trying to go crazy, but just like that feel of R&B with live instruments. Also, it's a song that's by a man, so we thought it would be cool to give a woman's perspective on it and just to give a woman's touch to the music. And the it's just an intimate video, just just really showcasing the performance and just letting you just kind of take an intimate look into all of us and just let the song speak for itself.
Before we play the video, I just wanted to say, you mentioned something about adding a woman's touch to some of the music. I've written quite a few songs myself, and I got to be honest, I have wondered what it might sound like if you ladies put your flavor and touch on some of the things that, say, for example, Anthracite used to do, or
that might be something for A to Z. Let's delve into this. I have one more part I have to tell you before you listen to the song.
Yes, please do.
That we all recorded our parts individually and separately for this audio.
You mean like away from one another?
Yes, we all were. Yes, most of us were in rehearsals or on the road. We're not all in LA. We're all different places. So we all recorded in our own personal studios, or some people went to a studio to record. And then we sent in our files to the producer, and he mastered it to create the audio for the final. So just so you know, we all were in separate places at separate times, and then put that together to create this track. So it looks like we're playing all together in the video, but in reality, we were all doing that by ourselves individually.
Well, we're going to let the show close out with the video, Zuri. Thank you, love. Thanks. Great having you on the show. And like I said, an hour was not going to be enough. And I feel like we're just getting started. And
thank you so much for having me. Thank you, 106 Live Radio. Really appreciate the time. And thank you for, just supporting music and supporting the real.
All right. Let's cue it up.
It's only you. Have it your way. And if you want, you can decide. And if you have me, I can provide everything that you desire. Baby, if you get a feeling that I'm feeling, won't you come closer to me, baby? Said you already got me right where you want me, baby. I just wanna be your girl. How does it feel? How does it feel? I wanna know, how does it feel? Baby, take it on.